Hello and welcome, ladies. If you're new here, my name is JAKS and this is my channel where I have been sharing my infertility, IVF, adoption, parenting, and now pregnancy journey, all along the way trying to throw in some science, a little bit of knowledge so that you feel better and more confident in making decisions in your own journey. Today's video is my 5-week update. For these weekly updates, I always have 3 categories I go over: updates about baby, updates about me, and then updates about my partner. And I always film them at the end of that week, so I'm officially 6 weeks today. And so this is all about week 5. First up, baby update. Not too much going on with baby. They're still really tiny, the size of a dot snail, but they are starting to look a little bit more human and less blob-like, and their heart should have started beating this week. They're still too teeny tiny to really have a weight to them, but they do appear on ultrasound this week, and I have my first ultrasound scheduled for next week, but more on that a little later. Next, mommy updates. This morning I was weighing in at 147.7, so that puts me a little under my starting weight of 48.5. I think I'm just fluctuating up and down. I do think I'm trending down, getting into symptoms. Nausea is real strong this week, pretty aggressive. There's been some pretty strong food aversions. I think I mentioned in one of my other updates that red meat seems to be like a thing that I'm not handling very well. We had steaks for dinner one night and they were delicious and everything, and I got it down, but then we left the house and came back. Oh, I was carrying Evangeline, and as soon as that smell hit me, I just was like, here, take her. And then I was darting to the bathroom. That's the first time where it had been like a moment and not just like this general nauseous feeling. So that is definitely picking up a little bit. And red meat seems to be a thing that's a problem. But craving wise, chicken. I want a lot of chicken, which I think is weird. I think most pregnant people don't want any meat in the first trimester, and it's literally that's like all that's been on my mind is like, I want that protein and I want it in chicken because I can't get it in red meat. So nausea, basic stuff, tired all the time, especially this week. I'll get into that in my husband's update part of things. But so very trying, tired week. It's also been trying because we have our ultrasound next week, like I mentioned, and that is a big stressor for me. If you're new here, I have been pregnant twice, back in 2018, and ultrasounds are always the moment where you get bad news, and that is literally all I've gotten from ultrasounds really is bad news, other than one time. I think one time after low betas, we had a good ultrasound, but then that pregnancy ended up being a miscarriage as well. So I just, literally it's just an ingrained like conditioned fear in me now, and somehow that's really helpful for me to know is like I can't stop feeling that fear, but then I can definitely use my frontal cortex and like think about that and rationalize it and say that this is a different pregnancy. Still, there's a lot of very valid anxiety that's happening this week that I'm just having to exist with. I mean, there's not a whole lot I can do about it. One last negative thing, and I promise we'll get on to something positive, but I have been taking injections because this was an IVF transfer, and if you don't know, you get daily shots of progesterone and oil, basically in your love handles, kind of right above your butt, and there's nothing you can do about it. Once you've injected yourself like over 30 times in the same spot, like it starts to hurt, and I'm definitely feeling those side effects. They're starting to get red, they're starting to get itchy, like it's not great. They're very sore. All the shots hurt now. Believe it or not, the first ones like don't hurt that bad, but as you get more and more buildup of medication and more damage to those tissues, like it gets sore. It gets sore, and now carrying Evangeline hurts too because her leg just sits right on those red injection spots. So not much you can do. We are in the last month, hallelujah, of those injections. Like I literally have a countdown on my phone to when I can stop those, because it's gonna be insane, because not only am I on those injections, I'm also on estrogen of the queen bee 3 times a day. So, and then baby aspirin. So I'm on 5 different medications this time at 4 different times in the day. Plus, I guess you could throw in the numbing patches, because I do use numbing patches for those spots. So like that's 6. Point is, it'll be such like a mental lift to not have to worry about that 5-6 times a day. All right. All right, I just instinctively grabbed in response. All right, the next thing is kind of positive. I promise it's getting positive. But I hinted at it last week that I was like, I felt like my chest was kind of changing. And this week for sure, like it's definitely changing, getting bigger, itchy, tender, little pangs of pain too. I don't know if anyone else has that, but little pangs of pain that leave me like clutching my chest, and I'm like, this is great. This is normal. Look at me. But the upside of that is obviously they get bigger, so yay for someone who's always been rather small chested. That's kind of a plus. I do have a question though. What do you ladies do in the interim? Obviously, at the end of your pregnancy, you need nursing bras and those will be the size of how big your boobs get. But what do you do in the interim? Do you just get really stretchy ones? Do you buy bras for every size? This is a quandary that I faced in my last pregnancies as well and didn't come up with a great answer with. So, sorry if that's TMI, but I am legitimately curious what your solution is for that. Is it just sports bras? Just maximum stretch? Is that the strategy to go with? I don't know. All right, and finally, partner update. My poor husband has been so sick this week, but him being sick plus me being super tired and nauseous has just led to this household kind of grinding to a halt. And he had to miss work a few days and then just zombied through work the rest of the days of the week. And I'm just trying to keep it going. With Evangeline, she's 1 and now toddling. So she's in everything, she's demanding because she's 1. and then I'm not feeling great, wanting to go to bed at 8 o'clock. So I basically go to bed with the baby, but it doesn't leave a lot of free time. So point is, poor husband was sick, is feeling better, still not great, low grade fever. What's great about this news is I didn't get it. I don't know how we pulled this off, but me and the baby seem to be okay. To be fair, the baby is probably who gave it to him, but he was, had a legitimate fever, and obviously having a fever in the first trimester is really not good. Increases the chance of neural brain defects. So I was like, you cannot get me sick at all. And so we would quarantine, and he slept upstairs, and I moved my desk and stuff downstairs so I'd be away from him, and I managed to not get sick. So that's the update. Husband was sick, that's bad. I didn't get sick, that's good. And that is all the updates for this week. If you want to join the journey, then you can hit subscribe down below. But until next time, ladies, keep on fighting.